Hey, what's going on? What's going on? America's favorite stock trader back again. Hey, got the cup of coffee, iced coffee that is. But anyway, happy Friday. I just want to come on here and show you guys how I trade smart patterns, the patterns that we have in our group that we trade. We link arms every single day and trade it collectively together, And trading can be fun when you constantly take the same patterns over and over again, and you are and you win it. So, but none of that doesn't make it ain't going to do nothing or do you no good if you can't use proper risk management, if you can't stay consistent, and if you can't trade the plan. So none of that matters unless you follow that. So with that being said, right, I day trade, I swing trade, and I invest. I day trade options and futures. I swing trade stock options and shares, and I invest in shares and crypto coins. So that's what we do. So let me show you our plan, see how simplified this can be, and we're going to rock and roll. So here we go. Let me change this back to a 2-minute chart because that's what I traded on and why I called out the things I did. So, all right, here you have it. A real simple pattern that plays out over and over and over again. We don't get a million trades, but we get enough, right? And what happens is when price comes down right here, all right, first off, I'm where the star's at. When price comes down and you get a breakdown right here, we want to take a short, And when price hits one of our pivots and it breaks out, we want to take a long, And it just makes things very, very simplified from a trading standpoint. So with that, let's dive in. All right, so today we had to wait for a little bit here on ES. We didn't get nothing, and then we come up and hit our pivot, but the candles are red, We don't take nothing. Then it turned green, and the candles came back, turned red, and then we got a pivot break right here, right? Could have taken this trade and put your stop out right up here, and then price went up, came back down, price went up, came back down, and then it hit your stop. Right? So what do you do right there? You close it, You close it. First trade was a loss. So we're 0-1. And then this candle right here hits our pivot. We take a breakdown, and then we got a flush. So we're 1-1 right now, and we are net profitable trading the same plan, the same pattern over and over and over again, right? Then price bounces here. It comes back up, and we seen it hit the pivot here. It went green. I told him we get a breakout right there. I'm going to like a breakout, but it didn't hit the pivot, so it's not a great signal. It's just it's an okay signal, And some people took it and some people didn't. Then we come right up to here, right? In the first 45 minutes, we get a breakout right there. This is a textbook qualified trade, and then you can see price goes up. So today, trading the system, you were 2-1. I'm not including that one because it technically wasn't a setup off this system. Was something that I did talk about in the room, but just following this pattern and setup, guess what? 2-1 on ES. You green for the day. We don't win every single trade, and that's why I told you guys you have to use proper risk management. Then things ironed out. Obviously, you can see right there, you got another great textbook trade right there. Price comes up. You got another little bounce to the upside, but my goal is to get you 1 or 2 winning trades in the first 30 to 45 minutes each day, and we get to go on about our day an hour max, right? So coming to our next symbol we got, right? ES, we're going to keep our chart right there at 2-1. And then we come over here with the star, and we see price comes down here, bounces back up, and candle turns green. We take a breakout right here, right? And then we end up taking a breakout. This thing goes from 63 up here to 90. That right there is almost 30 NQ points. So then what happens right here is I get stopped out, right? The first trade, actually, this candle right here took a breakdown, and it went exactly, I'll tell you right here. It ended up going from 57 down here to 40, 47, 48, and got nicked out right there. So that first one was a loser. Second one, we took the breakout right there, got a winner, and we still red on the day. And then this candle touches it, the pivot. We want to take a breakdown, right? Right here, we take a breakdown. Here's our stop out. Price went up, and then boom. This right here was the grand slammer that a lot of people took, and this thing ended up going from about 39 all the way down here to 69. That right there, I mean, you couldn't get out fast enough. So sometimes that happens, right? So once again, we're 2-1. We don't win every single trade. Then price comes back up, called another breakdown right here. And what do you see? There's over 20 NQ points. Then price floats back on up. Take another breakdown right here. And then as you can see, price floats on down. If you missed that, you got another pivot right there. And guess what? That's in our first 45-minute window. So started off 0-1. And then the second trade, 1-1. This trade, 2-1. This trade, 3-1. And this trade, 4-1 if you took it. Then obviously you got some nice moves back to the upside, 5-1, 6-1. But that's after the first 45 minutes, and a lot of people were green, even with the losers. So with NQ, we were 2-1, right? Again, and we put 2-1. Moral of the story is, I don't win every single trade. I'm not 100%, but I stay consistent, and that's what prevails over time. Now we come here to this star on CL futures, and what happened is this is right where we kind of opened up. I want to take a breakout right there because we come into the market. Right here is where we open, hit the pivot, wanted to breakout right there. We got a breakout. Boom. Price trends on up. Some people took the breakout right here at the fresh pivot touch. This was your stop, and they got a winner. Then we get a pullback. We come back up again. Talked about a potential another breakout, and then you can see price pushes back on up, all within our first 30 to 45 minutes of the day. So CL, I took 2 trades on that, and we 2-0. So every single 2-1, which is 4-2. That's 6-2 for the day on futures. If you traded individual symbols and combined them together, if you took, if you got green on that, then on one symbol, you went 2-1, and it's all good. Because what's the ultimate goal? The ultimate goal is to be green and go enjoy your day, right? So now we go to stock options. You see my star right here, Tesla. We hit our pivot, called down a breakdown right there, and this thing fell so fast. It went from 35 down here to 30 in 5 minutes. And this is what I tell people. I can't control how fast something falls, or I should say goes in our favor, whether you take calls or puts, but you got to be prepared. And that's why a lot of people fail at day trading, because they don't ever know where they're taking profits, right? And in this trade, if you went up 100%, looking to go 200%, guess what? You lost. To me, that's crazy, because a solid 10 to 20% ROI on your money each day, right, or each trade, that's a grand slam. That's a compounder over time. If you miss this first trade, you got another setup in the first 45 minutes right here, a breakout. Same thing that happened. There's another winner. Then you got another breakout right there, another winner, right? And Tesla is something crazy. So first trade was good. I got out of Tesla on that one. I was happy. And as you can see, this bad boy is pushing up even more. So we opened up down here at 35. It's at 47. That's moving. The last thing I called out on the option side was this right here. You see our AI Lotto high, right? Our AI Lotto high. We got loaded up this target right here, this contract strike. And the power of this is you can risk 50% of your money, but the probability of you getting 50% is about 75 to 80%, which is absolutely crazy, right? We're on a 16-day win streak with this same exact setup what we're talking about. What happened today is the candles were green. I took a breakout right here, and the power is anyone could say, well, you're just taking a breakout or breakdown. Well, that's half of it, but the other half is using our AI to tell us what option strike has the highest probability for us to get 50 to 100% ROI. And if this trade goes up right here and it only goes 45%, guess what? You can go risk-free still. Way up there, you're up probably 300% now. But your account doesn't grow unless you take profits, and we just want to be continuously green and growing, and we trade the probability. So that wraps up the day trading session today. Far from perfect, but perfect from far, you know, because when you take a step back, you can't dictate, right, your trading success off any one trade or any one specific trading day or even one trading week, and not even a month. But when you step back and you say, well, if I can finish the day green and or turn my week to being green, and then the weeks compound into months, now you're on the verge of a true breakout, right? You're on the verge of the true breakout. So that's how we can day trade. Same plan, simple, repeatable process. Now, since we're on SPY, I'm going to go to, or SPX, I'm going to go to SPY. And I'm going to show you one pattern that you can use to simply swing trade, right? And the power of this pattern is simply this right here, right? You wait for a setup and you wait for something as simple as a green candle, green arrow, right? Right here, green candle, green arrow. You take the trade at the end of the day, use the previous market structure as your stop out. Price hits it, you can walk away. Right here, you take the trade, here will be your stop, right? And if you get 20, 15, 20, 30%, go risk free. Like right here, you'd have got 50% plus. We're buying 4 weeks of contract expiration time to give us a little bit of time, and we want to be out of the trade in a week or two, right? So if that's something you can do, then pay attention, right? Once again, we don't win every single trade, but we are very good at what we do, right? Green candle, green arrow. If price moves $2 to $3 in our favor, I'm going risk free because I know that's enough to put me into profits on that trade. So there's one winning trade. Here's two winning trades. Here's loser. Technically, it's a loser because it hit the stop out. It did bounce right away, but if you sold it when it hit the alert, you walking away. So now you are 2-1. Then you go 3-1. Then you go 4-1, 5-1, 6-1. Is a loser. 6-2, 7-2, 8-2, 9-2, 10-2, 11-2, 12-2, 13-2, 14-2. Here's a loser. 14-3, 15-3, 16-3. Here went $2. So you can say that's a loser. 16-4, 17-4, 18-4. 18 winners and 4 losers. Let's just say we get a measly 20% ROI on our winners, and we have 25% ROI losers, or let's just say 30%. We'll just say 30, right? We have a 30% loser. I butched that, right? All right, right here, 30%. The mouse is not cooperating, but we good. So all of our winners are 20%. All of our losers are 30%, which average winners, 35, 40% on these trades after my trail stops me out. But we're just going to undercut it and show you the power of this. So first off, 18 divided by 22 is, 18 divided by 22 is 81% win rate, first off. That means on this sample size, 8 out of 10 trades, we expect to win, and that's very, very good. But some people 100%, and if that's you, then keep on looking. I don't want you to watch no more. But anyway, you go to 18 winning trades, and you times it by 20%. That's 360%, right? And if you have the 4 losers at 30%, 30, 60, 90, 120, we go to minus 120%. Guess what? You just grown your money 240% if you use the same dollar amount every single trade. If you did a measly $100 on every single trade, your $100 is now worth $340, right? If you used $1,000, right, your $1,000 is $3,240. If you use $10,000, which some people do, that right there is now, right, is now worth $32,000 or $30,240. You see that? You see the power of that, right? Or 32,040, right? Something like that, or 400, give or take. You get the gist of it. So, with that being said, this is a small sample size. It's not even 6 months. You're getting 22 trades, so you're averaging about 3 trades per month. That's how easy swing trading can be when you have a plan, right? Now, when you watch 2, 3, 4 different stocks, now you're getting more trades, more opportunities, and you just keep on, you keep trucking away. That right there is simplified trading, right, on the swing trade side. Now, with that, we have other techniques inside of our mastermind, right? Tons of techniques in our mastermind that pay out over and over and over again. But it goes back to those three pillars: risk management, consistency, and right proper risk management. Now, I told you I invest. You're probably like, well, if I don't day trade and swing, how can I invest? All right, you take this same chart, you take it down to a weekly time frame, and we're going to talk about Ethereum because I like Ethereum, and we're potentially getting a buy right now for it, and um, we good. So I'll give you a free gem, right? So picture this: you have $1,000, and you buy where there's every buy. This sends an alert to your cell phone and email if you set it up like that. And here's another buy, and we're getting another buy right now, but the week's not over. We still got 2 hours and 50 minutes. You put 1K into the market right here. There's 1K, right? At 10, or what is this? This is $10. All right. At $20 right here, right? $20, there's 2K, right? At $30, there is 3K. At $40 up here, that could be 4K, right? Now check this out. When you have $1,000 and it goes to 2,000, I sell out, bring 1K back, and I let 1K ride. That 1K now keeps pushing up to the next tranche, and it turns into 2K. Guess what I'm about to do? Sell out. I let 1K ride. Now I got 2K back on the sidelines. Why? Because remember this. Your account never grows unless you take profits. Then the market keeps pushing up from 30, goes up here to 35, back down, up again, down, and then we get another buy. So if we bought here and we have 1,000 in up here, right, and we put another 1,000 in for a $2,000 into the market, our average position is about $16 right here. Well, once it goes up here to $34, your 2K is worth 4K. Guess what? I'm going to tell you to sell out, right? Sell out and bring 3K back. Now we have 4K in our side pot, and we still have $1,000 in the market. And then price falls all the way back down. We got another buy, and we have 1K in the market. We pull from this, and we put another 1K in. So now we got 2K once again. This is our last average. We buy in here, and it goes up to, give or take, we'll say in this area, at this tippy top, your 2K turns into 4K again. Sell out, give or take. Could be a little bit more. You got 1K in the market. You bring 3K back. Now we got 6K, right? So I can erase all this. I just turned $1,000 in my account to $7,000. I have $6,000 on the sidelines and $1,000 in the market, and I'm waiting for the next buy, right? So I take $1,000 and I turn it into the 6,000 plus the 1K that's in the market. Now, you tell everybody, right? The hodlers, the hodlers, whatever you want to call it, you could put your 1K in the market here, and then your 1K up here is 3,600. Your 1K up here is 4K, and your 1K back down here is 2,500. So 1K into 2,500. Don't get me wrong, that's a great thing, but guess what you just did? You want 1K, to 2K, to 3K, to 2K, to 3K, to 2K, to 3K, back down to 1K or 1,500, all the way up here to 4K, back down to $2,500. So when you are team hodler, right, guess what? You take 1K and you turn it into 2,500. That's great. I take 1K smart investing and turn it into 7K in this specific example. It doesn't always work like this fast, but this is the thing. Now I'm going to teach you something, right? Because you're not going to invest, right? When you invest in the real estate or a business, you don't go all in on the one thing. But now we got 6K in the market or on the side and 1K in the Ethereum waiting for this next buy. If we get this buy, you put another 1,000 into it, and now your account goes to 5K. But then you come into something completely different, like let's just say waste management. It's one of my babies. Now check it out. The same thing. You get a buy here. You got a buy here. You got a buy here. All right. Check it out. Of that 6K, you put in 1K down here, and where's your buy at? 157, right? And then you get another buy over here. You put in another 1K, so now you got 2K. So 6, 5, we have $4,000 in our side pot, right? And our average, our cost average stays the same because, or it goes up a little bit to 165. As price goes up here to 200, right? 165, that's $40. 40, 80, 120, 160, that's 25%. As price keeps pushing up, it's up here at 230. You're up 50%. So your 2K is worth 3K up here. Guess what? Sell out, let 1K ride, bring 2K back, and guess what? You have 6K in the pot on the sidelines, and you have $1,000 in EXO or waste management, and you have $1,000 in Ethereum. But what's nice about this is, check it out. Since we never sold out of our positions, every 4 of these blue dots, guess what? That could be 4%. Here is another 4%. Here's about to be another 4%. 4, 8. We got an additional 12% in free shares or money back to your account, which is called a dividend, and that is smart investing right there. So not only did you take $1,000 and flip it into $8,000, but you also get another 12% of free waste management shares over time. That's smart investing right there. So I don't want to bore you, but that's what we do. If you want to take part of the smart investing, let me know. I love to share the next opportunity that we see on our software. Over time, we definitely do good, but that's my opinion. I'm also crazy, as you can see. Hey, But anyway, before you leave, just comment down below where you're watching this from. I'd love to know where you're watching this from and see how far we can make it around the world. So with that being said, you guys have a blessed one. Catch me on the next one. Beast mode out.